Alright guys, I'm going to show you some of the features on the AT Pro. I guess most of you know that the AT stands for all-terrain, and the AT is submersible to 10 feet. I've had this one for a couple years now. You can see it's had some use. It's got a little bit of fine scratching and stuff on the display. From a very rugged built machine, and haven't had any problems whatsoever out of it. Show you this connector here. It's the headphone connector. The coil connector is very similar. It has a rubber O-ring gasket. Screw this, push it into the slot and make sure it's nice and seated, and screw it on there, and you have a watertight seal. This is about 2 years old. The rings are still good. Just keep everything clean. A little bit of silicone grease every once in a while wouldn't hurt. Just extremely light coating on these gaskets for longevity, but I've done basically no maintenance to this machine, and it's worked awesome. So this is definitely a rugged machine. Let me show you some of the features here. You've got the mode button here, which is also the power button. You hold it down to turn on the detector. There's the display. Here at the top you have these little boxes below the icons. This is showing you the possible target category. These will flash. Here in the middle you have the area for your VDI number. I'm going to show you that on my test board here in a second. Your sensitivity control to increase and reduce the detector's sensitivity, increasing detection depth. I'm right here in my backyard right now, wide open, no chatter of any kind. AT Pro is a very stable machine, and you can run high sensitivities almost everywhere. Here you have your battery indicator, and right now we're fully charged. On this side you have your depth indication. When you sweep the coil over a target, you'll get an estimated depth. And this here is your basic discrimination button. As you increase this, if you can see here, your iron level goes up. So you can totally knock out all your iron. I find that setting at 35 gets rid of almost all nails and stuff like that, so it's not really necessary to go to 40. Right here you have your ground balance button, which is really simple to ground balance this machine. Just push the button and pump the coil, which right now I'm over a piece of metal. We'll go through the whole setup when I show you on the coin board some testing. And here you have your mode button, and this allows you to go standard mode, which for beginners or people coming from the A series is very much, the audio signals are just like the A series detectors. You get a bell tone on your coins, and by pressing the mode button you can go through these. On your custom mode you can actually change the iron disc, whatever you want to do, and it's going to save that for you. It's a good place to introduce the notch feature. You can notch out unwanted targets. I don't know if you can see, there's a small icon here at the top that moves back and forth. Go over to pull tab, hit the eliminate button right here, and pull tabs will no longer be detected. To bring those back in, you just scroll over to the blank box below the icon, hit the eliminate button again, it brings that target back in. So really simple machine to operate, with a lot of features to get rid of trash. And you have a preset mode, coins, which already has like small foil, iron, and the pull tab area already notched out for you, so you're going to pick up nickels, dimes, quarters, and pennies and everything. Then you have a zero mode, which is going to detect all metals, and these are both in standard. Once you scroll through the standard mode, you hit Pro mode, You have the same options, a custom that you can set yourself, a preset coins, and then a zero mode. But the Pro mode has a totally different audio. You're getting an audio that varies with depth, like deep targets will be fainter. Totally different sounds that can really tell you a lot about your targets, their depth, their composition. And this is a faster, more sensitive mode than the standard mode. Once you've been using the AT Pro and standard mode and you're really comfortable with it, you can jump over to Pro mode and do even better, especially in trashy iron infested sites. And that's where the one of the coolest features of the AT Pro is this iron audio button. Right now in this custom mode with 35 iron disc, you're not going to hear any nails, but if you turn on the iron audio, which you'll see, it'll say iron audio on the screen, you will be able to hear the nails. This really helps if you're like out in the woods looking for an area of habitation. A lot of times, the presence of iron in the middle of nowhere is going to tell you that something was there. And this iron audio feature can also help you determine if a target really is a good target, a clean target. Like if you go over something, you're getting a quarterish type signal, and you hit the iron audio and it's really grunting, you're way more likely that you could have like a steel bottle cap instead of a quarter. So this is a great feature to turn on and off. We're going to look at all that over the test bed, and you can see what I'm talking about. But this is just a real basic overview of the the face of the detector. I'm going to show you more how it operates right now. Alright guys, we're back to further explain the AT Pro. Hold the power button, machine comes on. I'm going to start off in the standard mode. This is the mode I recommend if you're you're a newer detectorist and really haven't had any experience with the machine, or maybe this is your first metal detector. Start off in standard mode makes it really easy to pick out the good targets. And one of the first things I like to do with any metal detector that has this feature, the ground balance, is go ahead and ground balance the machine before you start detecting. This is going to give you the the best depth and target IDs in your soil conditions. And with the AT Pro, it's extremely easy to ground balance. This will ground balance all the way to wet salt beach surface, which a lot of machines won't do that. You'd have to do it manually. But the AT Pro does have an option to hit the ground balance and manually adjust it, but it's really not necessarily unless you want to fine-tune a little bit for your soil. Maybe try to pick up a little bit smaller objects or something by making the ground balance a point or so positive. Some advanced detectors use that, but I found with the AT Pro, the standard ground balance seems to really work best with the machine. All you do is hold the ground balance button, pump the coil, the machine becomes very quiet, and you're ready to start detecting. But also, check your spot and make sure you don't want to ground balance over any kind of metal or anything. That could definitely throw it off. But nice clean area, hit the ground balance button and pump the coil. Pretty simple. So we're in the standard mode. Show you what I got here. 1918 wheat penny, mercury dime, 1936 buffalo nickel, pull tab, 1941 silver quarter, 1945 half dollar, and an 1896 silver dollar. Then I got a rusty bottle cap over there to show you. And the other trash target is a nail. Okay, right now we're in the standard mode on the custom slot with a disc of 35. We're going over the nail. I think I'm a little bit too close to my other targets. Let's pull it off to the side and I'll show you. Okay, we're going over the nail. It's blanking that out. Wheat penny. You're getting that signature Garrett bell tone and a target ID on the screen. once you become familiar with these IDs, it really helps you to figure out what you're going to dig up. I mean, it's not 100%. Some metals, trash metals, can come in pretty close, but this really does help you to eliminate a lot of trash. Got the mercury dime, and there's the buffalo nickel coming in at a much lower tone, letting you know that you've got a lower conductor. Then you got your pull tab, silver quarter, big time bell tone, $50. You know, as you can see, a much higher VDI number and a high bell tone. And then your silver dollar, which is giving you a huge signal and a very high VDI number. And then your rusty bottle cap. This is where Pro mode really excels. So when you start out in standard mode, you may hit some bottle caps, but it's worth it to learn the machine to really dig a bunch of targets. Let's go to standard mode coins. And this, you're just going to pick up coins. So we've lost the nail, we're getting the dime, the nickel. Let's pull this pull tab off to the side. If we've eliminated that. It's become very broken and very choppy. One thing that's really cool about the AT Pro is if you're getting a signal, unwanted signal, you know, pull tabs vary in composition and size so much that you know, they can read in several places on the machine. You can hit the eliminate button and automatically those are completely gone. Still getting your bottle cap and your silver coins. And as you can see in the standard mode, the AT Pro still has a very quick recovery. You're able to just count those targets out. But the Pro mode makes that even better. So we're going to hit the mode button. You can see now we're in Pro mode in the custom program with the disc of 35. So this is really going to change the way the detector sounds, and it also enhances the performance. Nails gone, and this is where the iron audio feature really can come in. You're looking for targets, you're looking for an area that may have been habitated, you're in an area where you're just, you know, you're out here, you're not really getting any signals. Hit the iron audio button. All of a sudden you hear the discriminated iron. That can really help you out. Let's go to the steel bottle cap. You're getting a higher tone, more indicative of a coin. Hear the grunt on either side? That is the key to IDing bottle caps with the AT Pro. You go over a clean coin, you're going to lose that dirty sound. See how the quarter, very crisp and clean. The bottle cap, you get the iron grunt on either side. That's what makes the iron audio amazing. So you're out in the field checking targets. So that sounds a little bit funny. I wonder if that really is a quarter or a dime. Hit the iron audio. Start hearing that grunt. You can pass that up because you're, you know, likely over a target that's trying to fool the machine. And this is, you know, really a fantastic feature of the AT Pro that really helps you identify good stuff from trash. Now your tones are a lot different in Pro mode. You're going to get high tone, and as you lift the coil, Tone gets much fainter. Reset is very fast in pro mode. A little bit faster than standard mode, so you can be in a trashy site. The recovery is amazing. That's going to help you get a lot more targets in trash. Nail's gone. Pull tab's gone. You still have all the same options. If you're in a park and you really are just sick of digging pull tabs, hit the eliminate button. Yeah, if you do it right. And you can get rid of those and no longer detect that object. And you know, you have to be a little bit careful with discrimination. You can, you know, advanced detectors looking for gold. Gold varies a lot as well. So, you know, a little bit larger gold rings could be in the pull tab area. But you can also maximize your hunting time by using your discrimination. If you've only got 2 hours to hunt and you want to find a bunch of coins and not dig a lot of trash, you know, using the notch feature, getting rid of some trash targets can really, really help you recover just the stuff you're looking for that day. And the park is still going to be there. So I've broken that up. Very jumpy pull tab. And now you know that's not sounding off like a good target at all. And if I want to bring that back in, just scroll my notch over to the empty spot, hit the key, it's back. So, you know, the AT Pro, these features can really, really, really help you recover some good treasure. I'm going to go over here to my test bed and we're going to see how it does on coins in the ground. Almost forgot to show you one of the most important features. Pretty common, but the pinpoint button. Once you get your target, you kind of move to the off to the side, hit your pinpoint. See the little bar at the top. It'll show when you're pretty much centered over it. It'll give you a depth indication on the far right. Pretty handy stuff. Alright guys, we're out here in pro mode in my test bed. A little bit contaminated of a test bed, a little more real world conditions. And we've got quarter, dime and nickel at 6, quarter dime and nickel at 8, and then a 10-inch quarter, which is you know, extremely challenging in this soil for any machine I've used. Not an easy target, but we're ground balanced. We're gonna check them out. 6-inch quarter, loud and clear. I'm holding the coil up off the ground at least an inch. It's showing about 8 on the display. These coins have been here for a while, so it could have sunk a bit. Dime. Good ID, 6-inch dime, small coin, that's good. And the nickel. There's a little bit of trash over there where that nickel is. A lot of machines have a hard time IDing that one really good, but it's picking it up very well. The AT Pro is you know, a 15 kilohertz machine, so it really is hot on the low conductors, you know, in the nickel and gold ring range. Now we're up to the 10-inch quarter. ID in that one fine. Good tone. I'm still about an inch off the ground, so it's picking that one up. Here's the 8-inch plus dime. This one's very, very challenging coin for most machines to detect. Let's see how the AT Pro does. There it goes. See, the signal is very faint. It's giving a high ID number and an extremely deep reading on the depth indicator. That's what you really want to look for when you're out at an old site, those very faint signals. Yeah, getting a much better idea. I'm sweeping extremely slow. The AT Pro, one thing I really like about it is you can vary the sweep speed. It's not as sensitive to sweep speed as some other machines. Some other machines that have a really fast reset really require a very fast sweep speed to get maximum detection depth. In the AT Pro, you can vary. Getting a hit slow. Speed it up, you definitely get a little bit more though. And the nickel. Nickel in trash. Very faint but repeatable. And now we got the 10-inch quarter. Now this is, you know, I'd be surprised if this gets that, because this soil conditions and the depth, it's pretty outstanding. It's picking up. The ID is a little bit low. Very faint tone. Reading 10 plus on the display. But you're getting high tone. That would be a hard one to say. If you were in cleaner ground and you came across that really faint signal, I would definitely investigate that. If you're in a trashy area, you may pretty repeatable, and I'm getting 79. So I probably would investigate that. Let's show you the difference between that and the standard mode. Standard custom. Not nearly as repeatable. So you probably would walk over that, but occasionally it sounds off. And here's the 8-inch dime. It's not sounding off in standard mode. 8-inch quarter. It's hitting that one good. The nickel, it's kind of up averaging that one. The 6-inch dime, no problem. 6-inch quarter, no problem. 6-inch nickel, no problem. So as you see, standard mode still gets really good depth, but it was struggling on this dime that the Pro mode was doing much better on. Just really faint. I hope that translates to the camera. I mean, I can hear that one good enough that I would definitely dig that. Repeatable, high tone, high VDI, I'd go after that. Quarter, 8 inches, easy money. I would definitely dig that. The 10, a little bit faint, jumpy ID, but it's hitting it two ways most of the time. So that would be one, you know, in question. I'm not going to say. That's up to each individual whether they would look for that one or not. Say if I was in an area and I was finding deep silver, I might stop and check that out, and I might not. I can't really say for sure. But overall, I mean, that's the depth of the AT Pro in my soil conditions, and not bad in my opinion. Not bad at all. Getting 10-inch coins, or 8-inch coins, easy. 6-inch coins are like nothing, and possibly a 10-inch coin. A little sketchy on that one, but for the price of this machine, I'm pretty impressed. Personally, I've used a lot of other machines. I own quite a few machines, and that 10-inch coin that costs more than twice as much as this can't get that. So it's chirping on it a little bit. That's pretty impressive to me. It can vary a lot with from day to day with moist ground, dry ground can affect the signal strength. So just hitting on that at all, pretty good. These 8-inch coins, this 8-inch quarter, that's silver all day long. I would definitely dig that up, and that would be a killer find. High conductor, 8 inches. It's going to be something good if you're in an old site. Let me show you some more stuff about the AT Pro, and then we'll wrap this. Hit the test bed like I'm in the field. These aren't marked. There's that 8-inch. There's that nickel. Dime, very faint. Oh, there it is. Yeah, the 10-inch quarter I probably would pass on. The rest is tearing it up. I mean, if you can hear that audio. 8-inch dime. Hit 0. Yeah, it's just at the edge of detection depth. So, AT Pro, really impressive for, you know, around a $600 machine. So you can't beat it for that. Alright guys, my honest opinion about the AT Pro. I think for the price of the AT Pro, you get a waterproof machine with headphones, and you know, there's different accessories depending on the package you buy. I really believe it's a good value, and you know, some people may not be that impressed with, you know, testing that I've done, but I've done several machines out here in this spot, and it's a bit challenging on those deep coins, and the AT Pro actually did very well. It met my expectations and exceeded them in some ways, especially I think, you know, 8-inch dime, getting that target repeatable in this kind of mixed soil conditions. It's a little bit, you know, irony. Really was impressive to me, and I've used this machine quite a bit now. You'll see other videos on my channel if you're interested in watching hunting in the lake. Now I might throw a little clip in there for the review purpose, showing it, you know, completely submerged. Several lake hunts, river hunts that I haven't even done videos of, saltwater beach testing, underwater in the ocean. Found some stuff with the AT Pro. You know, like my saltwater beach test videos, a lot of people are kind of haters on the AT Pro there, but in my experience, low mineralized beaches up the southeast, the AT Pro works fine there. I've seen many other people do tests where they bury coins at 8 inches and in the wet salt sand, and they do a lot worse than the AT Pro. So it will get you by there. So this is a, you know, a good all-terrain machine. It really does live up to its name in that aspect. Quick recovery, speed with the Pro mode and the iron audio. You can really work some trashy sites, some nail-infested sites, and find a lot of really good targets. Stock with an 11-inch DD coil, you get good depth. Garrett accessories are also very reasonably priced, I think, compared to some of the other companies. Additional search coils for this machine are very reasonable, and I personally would like to try the smaller 8-inch DD coil. I've heard tons of good things about that, especially in trashy, irony sites. People really pulling out some amazing finds, and the depth is still really, really good on that. And they also have a large concentric coil for this that is like a depth demon. You know, I've seen these coins would be no problem for that big concentric at all. So overall, I'd say it's a good value, and you know, I would recommend personally the AT Pro.